Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Ohio University Lancaster, and Lancaster Fairfield Community Action Recycling and Litter Prevention.
Welcome to Fairfield Today. My name is John Bosser. I am the host of this week's program, which is sponsored by the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities. My title is I am our Community Outreach Coordinator. My guest today is second month in a row that you've been with us. I don't think you wore the same sweater last time, though. Very smart, by the way.
I try to rotate.
Okay. But I'm just curious. This is Doug Mitchell, by the way. Doug is our manager of our Job Fusion program. How many Argyle sweaters do you have?
32.
I was going to say, you must have a lot, because I don't think I've ever seen the same one twice.
I have
Very nice fall colors in that one, by the way.
thank you.
And you look nice with this, with our set here.
I did plan it.
Okay. Well, we're coming to you from our Pickerington Regional Office in, obviously, Pickerington. And Doug is based here, and we decided that we're going to probably use this as our set for taping this program, unless we're on site at one of our other program sites. But we're going to talk about a couple of things today. When we come back from our first segment, Doug and I are going to talk about Discover You, which we've talked about a little bit last week,
Right.
or last month, but it's starting to really kind of pick up speed now, and you'll learn more about that. And also, we're going to give Doug a little congratulations for an award that his Job Fusion group has won. So we'll talk about that. But first, I spent the morning today at Deer Creek State Park at the Project STIR conference. Project STIR stands for Steps Toward Independence and...
I can't think of the last word.
I can't think of it either, but we're going to learn, because Nancy Richards from Project STIR is going to tell us what that is. It's kind of a neat program. It teaches people how to advocate for themselves and how to speak up for their rights. And it really kind of fits in nicely. Responsibility, very good. It kind of fits in very nicely with the aim of Job Fusion.
It does. It really does.
Which is to empower people and give people with developmental disabilities the opportunity to go out and get jobs.
It does.
In fact, several of the people that are attending this conference from Fairfield County are also Job Fusion employees. So.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at that stuff right now. We're going to go to the interviews that I conducted today, and when we come back, we'll sit down with Doug a little longer and talk more specifically about Job Fusion and some of the things he has going on.
The Ohio Self-Determination Association is a collaborative group of stakeholders where everyone comes to the table and is treated as an equal partner. So we have members that are county boards, we have members that are self-advocates, we have members that are providers, and we have members that are family members. And I believe we're the only group in Ohio that works so hard to have equal representation for all. Project STIR is one of the missions of the Ohio Self-Determination Association, and Project STIR stands for Project STIR, which is Steps Towards Independence and Responsibility. It is a program that was developed by the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, through their local DD council, and we have borrowed the program from them with their permission, and it's a train the trainer program to teach self-advocates how to speak up, how to build stronger self-advocacy groups, and how to change policy at all different levels.
Project STIR is a project that is supported by the Ohio Association of Self-Determination and the DD Council and many other entities. And Fairfield County has several initiatives and mission to help people become more involved and create a vibrant community with their involvement. And I feel advocacy and people speaking up for what they want and need is just one of the big cornerstones of helping people to be part of their community and learn how to advocate, communicate, problem solve, and appropriately speak up for what's important to them and what they want to have happen in their lives. And I've seen the people grow and grow and grow after experiencing Project STIR. It is a 4-day experience that happens often at state parks just because they have lots of meeting room. And people get to spread out, make new friends, write things on the walls, on paper of course, do a timeline of their life, and they look at things that they want to have happen now in 3 years and 5 years. So it helps people to start thinking about things that they've never thought about before. And then they are able to, once you think it, you do it, and you make it happen in your life. So that's what's so cool about this. And people come here with their heads down and maybe not empowered. By the time they're leaving here as Ohio leaders for self-determination and OSDA and for themselves, they're just different people. So it's so fun. It gives you chills when you see it happen, and you feel proud to be able to support people that way.
Project STIR conferences are done several times a year. This year in 2013, we're going to complete 5 statewide Project STIR trainings. We typically hold them at state parks. They last 4 days, and the goals of the conference are to teach self-advocates many skills about communication, problem solving, rights and responsibilities, how to be a better self-advocate. And we try to train about 35 people a time, and we also require their support staff to attend. The big reason for that is, since it's a train the trainer program, we want to make sure self-advocates have the support they need when they go home to teach everybody else in their county. So we hope that works for them. We have quarterly meetings, statewide meetings, for people to have a chance to get back together and come together and learn more, practice Project STIR skills, and kind of troubleshoot if they're having problems back home on getting a group going. Project STIR is not a self-advocacy program. It's not another self-advocacy group. It gives you tools to make what you have back home better.
Well, I honestly didn't know what this conference was about when I first came, but I've been a big supporter of my client Christy for a long time. We've been together for 6 years, and I've always thought she was a very good advocate for herself, and I am very excited to be able to come here and help her learn more to speak better for herself, and I'm also very excited that she can learn to help other people advocate for themselves too. So I think it's going to be a really good experience for the both of us, and it's been a really good time being able to spend time with her by herself because we don't always get to do that. So it's been good on many levels for us.
What I learned here, I like to take back, like to the OC, and see if I can get people to advocate for themselves and hopefully get a class started.
We've learned to listen to other people and to be able to repeat it back to the person of what we heard them say. And we've also learned how to just basically speak up for ourselves, the tools and that with just the 2 days that we've been here.
With all the initiatives that are going on, either in our region or at the board, in our quality improvement plan, it's to help people identify outcomes they want to have happen in their life, and then think of ways to make that happen for them. And I think being able to communicate what it is they want and think about what they want is the first step in making that happen. And I think STIR stands for Steps Towards Independence and Responsibility, and the program, or I guess you call it program, is helping people learn what their rights are, but also learn what their responsibilities are as citizens. And I think that's really important, to find out what it means to be a citizen and how to ask for what you need, but also give back. And that ties it all together, I think, with our mission, our vision, our values, and how we want to support people. And people need to tell us how they want to be supported, and that will make them happier in their life and more fulfilled and meet their outcomes.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Now I'm going to sit down and talk with Doug a little bit more about Job Fusion. We kind of gave a little bit of a description about that. Job Fusion basically is the employment service of the Fairfield County Board of DD, where you work with employers and provide them with very capable employees who just happen to have developmental disabilities.
Right.
One of the really neat projects you have going on now is unique as far as I can tell in the state. I don't think there's anything else quite like it in the state, is Discover You.
Yes.
And it recently opened for orientation at River Valley Mall.
Right.
It's right near Penny's, and it's in the former Social Security office for those of you who maybe are familiar with going out there. It's in one of the hallways coming from Penny's, right near where the men's department is, as a matter of fact. Tell us a little bit about the aim of Job Fusion, the aim of Discover You.
Sure.
And how the orientation program has gone so far in this first week or so.
Very good. Well, the focus is to provide individuals with a really comprehensive training program, and we're very proud of it. And as you said, I do believe you're correct. We know no other model in the state of Ohio like it. We're not sure, even in the United States, that there's a model quite like this. What it provides is training for an individual who has not had an opportunity to work, or perhaps was not as successful in work as they would like to have been. So it's intense training, 30 weeks, 3 10-week rotations. So for example, a person might work at Elder Beerman for 10 weeks. In Elder Beerman, they're going to do a number of different types of tasks. At the end of the 10 weeks, they'll be transferred to another business. Could be, say, Old Navy, to, again, do a different type of training. And then someone else would move into Elder Beerman. So the participants are constantly rotating. They're getting 3 different business sites and intense training in each one. By the end of the 30 weeks, the goal is that the person will be employed or will have the skills for Job Fusion to go out and help get this person employed.
And it could be obviously retail, it could be customer service.
Absolutely.
It could be helping with the back room and stocking shelves. In the case of Elder Beerman, probably working their loading dock area.
Sure.
And they have somewhat of a warehouse, where a lot of the stores at River Valley Mall, what you see is what you get. Everything in the store is dedicated to their product, and they don't really have much of a storeroom in the back.
Right.
But I'm sure Elder Beerman has somewhat of a storeroom, and the same with Sears. They have kind of a warehouse in the back. So there will be a lot of different tasks.
Yes.
What are some of the, I mentioned just retail customer service, answering phones, helping in the office with filing in some of the larger stores?
All of those types of things. It can be clerical type of duties. It can be more manual, the stocking, packing, unpacking, sorting, merchandise, all of those types of things. Or it could be something a bit more sophisticated in the line of, data entry.
Okay.
It just depends on the individual and the needs of that particular business.
Okay, awesome. Now, how many people are we talking about for this first 30 weeks?
We are starting small. This is our first time in this particular setting, so it'll be 7 individuals. And as I recall, we have 5 young gentlemen and 2 young ladies
Okay.
who are participating at this time. They'll be in probably not 7 businesses, because those businesses who are on board so far are very excited about the partnership. And so Elder Bierman said, we'd like a couple individuals. Last week, I worked with the management of Old Navy, and they said we want at least 2 people to work in our stores. And so right now, I'm looking for probably 1 to 2 more businesses, and we'll be all set.
That's awesome. So when is the actual beginning of the internships?
Monday, November the 18th,
Okay.
and they will work approximately 2 hours in the morning for the business and a couple hours in the afternoon. So 4 hours of work in each business, 20 hours a week. And the really great thing for the business is that we will provide the salary of the individual, we cover workers' compensation, we provide a professional job trainer to assist with the individual until the business or manager says, I'm comfortable with that trainer, moving on.
That's awesome.
And at the same time, if they ever need the trainer to come back, they're literally footsteps away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you're also going to have a little bit of a retail presence there.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what some of the things are that you hope to be able to sell there in that storefront.
Sure. We're working with Brad Chingett, who is the manager of the Opportunity Center here in Lancaster. And they have some various types of products that they individuals there at the Opportunity Center make. And so some of those items will be on display for sale. Those might be art, fine art. Also, furniture is something that is manufactured, made at the
Right,
Opportunity
they have
Center.
the kit furniture that's really very nice.
It
high-end
is
stuff.
nice.
It's all hardwood, and it's just beautiful stuff.
And I think the way that would work is that, a few items would be brought in, and then a customer could order it.
Okay. Okay.
And then we'll be working with also, I believe, the Blue Shoe,
Blue Shoe Art.
and have items from that particular job site or business brought up.
Okay, so it's going to be a nice opportunity for people to come in and get unique Christmas gifts.
Absolutely.
One-of-a-kind piece of art.
Absolutely.
And they're helping someone with a disability because those folks are being paid for their work as well.
Right.
Great, great. Well, if you're out at the mall, especially during the holiday season, stop in there at the Discover You site. You can't miss it. It's right there next to the mall office, near one of the main entrances to Penny's. Let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
You're a member of APSE. What is APSE?
For many years, it was the Association for Persons in Supported Employment. More recently, the name's been changed to the Association for Persons in Employment First.
Oh, okay. So it's not APSE, it's APOF.
But
But they didn't change the name?
They didn't change the name.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll have to talk to them about that. There's got to be a little bit of a disconnect there to have, the name doesn't match up anyway. But I know several years ago, before you started working here, I was just going through some pictures when we've had some award winners for their annual awards program in the past. And I had pictures of those award winners from Fairfield County. And there's this Doug Mitchell guy in one of those pictures. You are a former award winner.
Many years ago, yeah, about 10 years.
Okay, great. But we're here now to talk about the award that your group has won. Tell us a little bit about what the name of that award is and what it means to us here.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm so excited that the Job Fusion team did in fact win this award for a couple reasons. One is because of APSE. I have huge respect for that association. Nationally, they are very influential in supporting integrated employment and have been for years prior to employment first, and many of the things that you're hearing now, APSI was, promoting this message long before. And it's just, it really is a prestigious organization. The board members are individuals who believe deeply in the opportunity for folks with developmental disabilities to be employed. So when Job Fusion received this award, it's really quite a, it's a great thing. The particular award that was won for Job Fusion was the Best Practices Award. And they look for state-of-the-art training or different techniques that an organization may use in securing employment for individuals. And the Job Fusion team has worked tremendously hard, and I'm really pleased because even the 9-10 months that I've been here, I can see advancements in the things that they do on behalf of individuals with disabilities. And for Fairfield developmental disabilities, I think it's a great opportunity to really feel positive about the employment division here in Fairfield County.
Well, the entire agency, everyone that we support, all the individuals, and we support over 1,000 people. All of our staff, all of our parents, the businesses that we work, we all congratulate you on winning that award.
Well, thank you.
Now tell us a little bit about your team. You refer to your team. Exactly what is the Job Fusion team, and what kind of people are we talking about?
Sure. They are the folks who work directly with businesses in Fairfield County. Community employment, when we talk about community employment, advancing employment for individuals, that is the group of individuals who do that. And they do it in two ways. One is training and preparing an individual to be successfully employed. And we put a lot of effort into that in the beginning before we ever move a person out toward employment. In other words, we don't want to set anyone up to fail. So we spend a lot of time in various types of training. So that is one focus. And then, of course, the second focus, and the one we all get excited about, is the day that an individual is employed in a Fairfield County business.
And it is all about the individual, and each individual is different.
Right.
There's no real formula for this, is there? It just depends on what the position that person is looking for.
Right.
And you work closely with them and with our discovery coordinator, our transition coordinator, to kind of find out what that person wants to do with his or her life and what type of job they're looking for. And then you're able to then go out and match them with what hopefully will become their perfect job.
Absolutely. And when we work with businesses, we don't typically go from the perspective of, oh, well, you hire a person with a disability. We look at, what are your needs? What are your needs at your business, and how can we help fill those needs? So the focus is not on disability. It's on the needs of the business and matching the skills of the individuals that we work with. It's really no different than any other kind of staffing employment service. It's just that our particular niche that we focus on is that of individuals with disabilities. And I do feel that we do a good job and that we're very effective in matching those talents and gifts with businesses.
Mm-hmm. And this all happened before Discover You opened, so Discover You wasn't really part of the award nomination form, was it?
It was not. In fact, it was one of the things, it's funny that you should say that. It was mentioned that Discover You was not a part of the criteria in deciding this, because that was something that came afterwards. Right. Yeah.
Okay. So then what are some of the best practices that you won the award for?
I think that they looked a great deal at the job trainers and the manner in which they provide one-on-one training with individuals, and the success rate of not only the training but the employment. Superintendent Picard and myself have said we're not satisfied with the number of individuals that we've been able to place in community employment at this time. But I will say that we do quite well when you look county to county in the state of Ohio. But we are not satisfied, and we have a goal for 2014 of placing 50 individuals.
50 additional individuals than what we have now, or a total of 50?
No, 50 new individuals would be placed in businesses in 2014.
And you mentioned, and I know we could probably talk for a whole half hour about employment first, but Governor Kasich signed an executive order at the beginning of last year, at the beginning of 2012, that employment would be the first option.
Absolutely.
To try to get someone with a disability coming into the system for the first time, to find them a job in the community, rather than have them go to a day program or something like that.
Right.
And that's what you guys are really striving for as well.
It is, and at times folks might say, well, I don't think you're going to get this particular person a job due to the nature of their disability. But it is our job to figure out how we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to stop saying we can't do it and ask ourselves, what would it take? What can we do to make it possible? And I really think that's what Employment First is a catalyst for, is going above and beyond to try to find a way to make it work for an individual who might have severe limitations.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Well, Doug, thanks so much for joining us. Before we close, why don't you tell me how people can get a hold of you?
Sure.
And I assume you're the first, you're probably the best conduit if it's either a business or if it is someone out there who
Sure.
who may have a disability. Tell us how people can contact you.
They would contact us at Job Fusion, which is located in the Pickerington Regional Office, and that would be area code 614-835-2700, or they can send an email to DE.Mitchell at Fairfield County Board of DD.
Well, no, it's D.E. Mitchell at fairfielddd.com.
You're right. Thank you for
Oh,
clarifying
wow.
that.
I've been here for 8 or 9 years. I know you've only been here for 9 months, so we'll give you that last, but no more mistakes.
Okay.
You can never, and you can't wear the same sweater combination the next time I have you on the show.
It's a promise.
Okay, thanks, Doug.
Thank you.
Until next month, this is John Bosser for Fairfield Today.
Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Ohio University Lancaster, and Lancaster Fairfield Community Action Recycling and Litter Prevention.